It's Tusks Up for the Utah Mammoth, about the newest hockey team in Utah and the adventures of two of their players in New York City.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Lauren, this is one I actually have via you. I think it's a perfect athlete brain
100%.
exchange that these guys have.
Yes, this is great. It's not a long article. It's really funny. It's a great way to signal to people that you read the New Yorker. I love reading the New Yorker and telling people about how much I read the New Yorker. It's really quick beat where they sent a couple guys from the new
Canadians.
Utah Hockey Club. Two Canadians, very important because it's Canada funny. It's very like Canadian funny sense of humor. Because the NHL recently changed they are going to be the Utah Mammoth. This is going to be their NHL franchise. So they send these two guys to the Museum of Natural History in New York to see a mammoth skeleton and to talk to like the mammoth scientists.
I mean, those two guys, you've got Canadian hockey players. It's like, yeah, we're going to go meet with this mammoth in New York City.
Not sure why he lives there. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's probably really rich because he's really old. So that's how we can afford to live in New York City. Dude, we're gonna be living in New York City after
be living like mammoths.
Yo, dude, we're gonna live like fucking mammoths, man. Yeah. It's so Canadian hockey player. It's perfect. I laughed for hours reading this.
The owner of the Utah Mammoth's Wikipedia headshot has him wearing a backwards baseball cap.
It's so cool. Basically, this is my favorite exchange from this athlete brain article. So it's these two guys. They go to hang out with the mammoth and like interview the mammoth. They're
Interview with the mammoth.
Yeah, there's Sean Durzi and Alex Kerfoot, both Canadians. First quote from Durzi: "I love the museum. It's so cool." Kerfoot admired a 60-foot skeleton of an apatosaurus, like a brontosaurus. "This thing's huge, eh?" Durzi turned around. "This was walking the earth at one point. You kidding me? You kidding me, bro? This fucking thing?"
I love Canadians.
Yeah.
I love hockey players. These guys are beautiful.
I always say, like, the stereotype of Canadians that most people have should be these guys. This is what we are. How many humans do you think to take down one of these guys? Kerfoot asked. Durzi answers.
Independently reinventing old Twitter jokes?
Durzi answers, "I don't know. I don't want to fight it. I like these guys. But hypothetically, probably just me, I could do it."
And an apatosaurus is better known as a brontosaurus. They weighed 35 tons.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, have they ever been cross-checked?
I am going to need you to know that Alexander Kerfoot majored in economics at Harvard.
Well, this was Durzi. This is Durzi.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, yeah.
Kerfoot responded, "If it was me, I'd say 10,000. An entire legion of guys." That's probably true. I think 10,000 people working together, maybe moving up a tech tree, could probably manage to do like 10,000 of the primitive technology guy.
I mean, at that point, your role is more you're kind of like a sea anchor on the mammoth, right? Like your dead body is weighing the mammoth down.
Yeah, you're overwhelming it in a human wave attack.
You're doing the same thing that those bees do when wasps get in their nests, right? Like it gets too hot inside the ball of 10,000 Canadians for a mammoth to sustain life.
Well, I'm not 100% sure the players are aware that dinosaurs and humans didn't exist at the same time. I think bringing up the concept of like egg-eating mammals is a little over their heads.
Yeah, they don't quite get, I mean, look, they're great at hockey, but they don't quite get it. But what when we talk about athlete brain, and what this is such a good example of, how do you understand athlete brain, Lauren?
I think it's very important to understand that every major professional athlete has only ever been good at their sport, and it's because they've only ever thought about their sport from the age of about 6 or 7 onward. Like the level of professionalization that exists in sports now means they just don't have the time or ability to think about other things. And I think hockey, and you see it in baseball too, like third base especially, the less you're thinking, the better you are at the sport. So those are not muscles they're super used to like engaging with on a regular basis.
It's this, you see it in football as over here as well, where it's like anytime they'll always like bring Jack Grealish up to like do an interview where they're like, "Hey, Jack Grealish, what's America?" And he's like, "I have no idea." What are you talking about?
I have been thinking about put ball in net for like...
Yeah, it's very profound actually as an answer.
Yeah. Hey, Jack Grealish, are you aware of what country you're in? He's like, Wales?
And I mean, it's kind of fucked up as well because like, I'm assuming it's the same as it is for football academies here, where what you do is you just grab a bunch of kids and go, okay, you don't really get an education. You are joining the circus, right? And at the end of that, you have this insanely competitive process to like become a professional athlete. And if you don't make that, you just get kicked out on the curb with all I know how to do is kick ball into net and not well enough to like make a living off of that.
And if you do make, and if you do make it, you end up on like, you know, the junior squad on like the Saudi, like what's the Saudi Saracens or whatever.
You are the guy who has to like stand next to Ronaldo while he gets his like his kid's life threatened, so that the line dons can score on him. Yeah.
And a huge part of this industry as well, this like grabbing guys, putting them through basically like the process you go through to become a space marine, but instead of dying if you don't make it, you just like have to go be like a real estate agent, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, as so much of this increasingly, so much of the economy around this is centered on gambling, right? Like that is the biggest moneymaker in sports now. It seems it's not like licensing, it's not licensed merchandise, it's not TV like broadcast rights, it's not ticket sales, it's gambling.
Well, that's why every shirt sponsor in football is the like most unethical company you can possibly think of outside of like the arms industry.
Yeah.
Which maybe they should get into it. Maybe I want to see like BAE Systems sponsor like a non-league team.
I want to see some really niche arms industry players sponsor like Charlton FC. Elbit become
the Charlton J-Dams.
Charlton are not an obscure team. They got to the Champions League this year. They're the best South London team that we've got.
You don't live in South London anymore.
In my heart. Well, yeah, actually, that's true. The best team in Southeast London now.
That's still not true.
That's also Crystal Palace. They're in Southeast London.
No, arguably it's Millwall. But anyway, look, I'm gonna like stop by. I don't want to get into trouble like Milo does whenever he talks about football. So I'm just.
They're the best team in
a certain area of Southeast London.
They're the best team in central Southeast London, south of Crystal Palace.
Yeah, they're the best team in Chelsea.
They're the best team of an area that touches the end. We're getting to inside Britain. We're going to pull it up because I have a startup for you all. Okay. It's called Alt Sports Data. Alt Sports Data.
Alternative sports data. It's looking at internal data and it's logging two sports in particular. One is called Banana Ball. The other is called Quidditch.
I think it's the data that's alternative rather than the sports. So you're logging the players like haplogroups and like posting history.
My idea was that it's like gamble. It's like sort of like normal sports gambling, but for like relatively obscure sports that no one really pays attention that much attention to.
Doing uncut gems and how he's got like an 18-way parlay on his Quidditch back.
Yeah. No, it's like all right, New York Giants pitcher Logan Webb, how many books by non-male authors has he read this year?
Trying to see how many members of the Maple Leafs can beat the for $1 name a woman thing.
Connor McDavid, we're gonna see if how long he can be friends with a woman without falling in love with her. The over/under is 6 weeks.
It's getting like increasingly sentimental and profound, and so you're just like looking at this shit, and you're making like, Austin Matthews watch In the Mood for Love, and it's not even clear why you're doing that anymore. But somebody has money on it.
No, you're trying to fix the match. You're doing point shaving for like seeing if these guys, if Mitch Marner can be made into like a generous lover.
I see you two are also on wikipedia.org/Toronto Maple Leafs #players and personnel.
These are the only players that I know because I looked at the New York Giants pitcher, but I do know my Toronto Maple Leafs, unfortunately.
They got a guy called Kalle Jarnkrok.
Yeah.
Pontus Holmberg. Okay. Next time I need names for anything, I'm looking up ice hockey players. This is beautiful.
Anyway, no. Lauren, Alt Sports Data, what do you think? What do you think it is?
This kind of thing is rife across baseball now. So I'm familiar with a bunch of versions of this, including a bunch of which are like owned by teams in incredibly scary, compromised ways. So I believe we discussed earlier, their main thing is, what was it? It was F1.
No, not quite. Alt Sports Data is bringing the next wave of consumers to sports betting. By empowering alternative leagues to participate in legal live betting, Alt Sports Data enables their partners to activate, monetize, and retain fans while giving the world greater access to the sports they truly love. So what they do...
But what does that mean?
I'll tell you. They collect odds on sports such as surfing, skateboarding, rallycross, drifting, motocross.
Hussein, you were right.
Yeah, I wasn't that far off.
Yeah, you were pretty much right. Darts, rodeo. Yeah, we got a really, really good clown in there who's going to be a ringer. Nobody knows he went to Goliath, and so only we know.